Hello racing fans, welcome to Delaware Park. We'll be watching races for Thursday, October 27th. We had 8 races today. Our future race was the 7th, was an allowance, 2 other than going 5.5 furlongs. Our main track was muddy throughout the day. The weather today was temperature in the 60s. The winds were about 10 miles per hour, but it was a good day for racing. The opener is a maiden 10 going 1 mile and 16th. Here's Josh.
Away and running. Good rail speed from Mercury 10 today, who has an uncontested lead. Only Child the favorite came away well and injects more pace, and Gandy's Orion is caught wide entering the first turn. Cherry's Cross got bumped at the start and comes away in that 4th place position in front of Sette Stelle, and so there's last of all. Around the first turn they go on this rain-affected course on this Thursday get-together, and Only Child the favorite inherits the lead. Mercury 10 backs off the pace in second, but is only a neck down off the leader, which is Only Child, and getting closer to the both of them is Cherry's Cross at those long shot odds. 3 deep leaving the first turn is Gandy's Orion, with a gap of a length and a half back to So There, who's off the fence, and Sette Stelle continues to take the trail up the rail. There's no pace on, and there's 5 furlongs out from the winning line, and Only Child continues to conquer the field right now down to the 4.5 to leave the dwindling neck. Mercury 10 is right there chasing his every single move, and the thorn in their sides is Cherry's Cross on the outside, who comes under a ride. So There's picked off a couple of rivals, while Gandy's Orion is deep on the course, and Sette Stelle still last of all. So Mercury 10 takes a crack at Only Child with 3 furlongs to go, and Only Child answers the challenge midpoint of the second turn. Mercury 10 is sticking around. Cherry's Cross right now no better than third, and Gandy's Orion tries to pick off that rival, passing the quarter pole. Mercury 10 came out in a fighting mood today, and Only Child is in for the fight as well. They brush at the top of the stretch. Mercury 10 and Only Child come together inside the final 3/16 of a mile, and Mercury 10 now pokes that half length in front. Only Child is battling on for every single yard, but 5-2 is the winner here, and that 5-2 price came on Mercury 10.
Mercury 10 wins the opener, going off at 5-2. Give Mark Schumann his 4th. Give Mychel Sanchez his first at 3 today to return 760, 280, 220. Only Child 220, 210. Cherry's Cross was third, 680, and the 5 was 4th. 780 on the exact at 66.70 on your try. Your 10-cent super was worth $53.22. The $1 exact is $7.80. Your try was worth $50. The second race is claiming 20 non-winners of 2. Here's your start.
Away and running to a nice start. Backatya was the first one to break the line, but there goes the speed of Turnpike Bob today, and Turnpike Bob emerges with the outright lead. Backatya chases the pace, and also right there in the thick of it too is My Last Mission as they flash behind the trees, and Bourbon Over Ice is also in the chasing queue. Chasing a hot pace is Boggy today, and quite a separation back to Silver R, who's not responding under whip encouragement, and Karnak has to come with a monumental close. They go around the turn, passing the 3 furlong point, and now the battle is on between Turnpike Bob and on the outside My Last Mission, and these two guys are in step at the 5/16 pole. Still chasing in third up the rail is Boggy, who has the run of the race, and Backatya's deep on the track as they pass the quarter pole. My Last Mission and Turnpike Bob go toe-to-toe at the top of the stretch, and Boggy's closing with power and pace now. They're off the turn, they swing in, and it's My Last Mission with a nose in front, but Boggy continues the mid-track charge. Turnpike Bob is battling on. Wide outside, Backatya's getting closer, and Backatya has all the outside momentum now. The rail belongs to Bourbon Over Ice, but Backatya has scored the winning run.
Backatya wins the second half. The early daily double. Give Ness his 61st. Give J. Rod his 150th. To return 780, 380, 260. Bourbon Over Ice 380, 260. My Last Mission 260 to 1 was 4, 1641 your exactly. Your try 21.95. Your daily double 14.40. Your 10-cent super $10.70. And let's go to the third race. Philly Mare claiming 12.5, gone 6 furlongs. Are on their way in the third.
Away and running. Slow to go is Dancer's Melody. Good rail speed from Heart Full of Soul. Decoupage is also in the firing line, and so is Kirby, who came away in that 3rd place position, and deep on the course is Lady Jean in that fourth place spot. Ghost Maiden's tracking fifth today in front of two rivals, which is Vic's Cool Cat and Dancer's Melody is out the back. So they approach the half-ball pole, and Decoupage is off the fence, and Heartful of Soul, who has that nose in front. Here's a wide kick coming on the far outside from Lady Jean, who now captures third, and Kirby comes under a ride. Those four have spaced the rest, including Ghost Maiden, who's a distant fifth. Dancer's Melody's getting on track in a sweet way, and Vic's Cool Cat's been relegated to the tail. So the battle continues, and Decoupage takes over the lead from Heartful of Soul. Right there is Lady Jean, looking for the out is Dancer's Melody, in a lot of traffic as they turn for home. This is up for grabs with Decoupage leading the charge. Dancer's Melody starts to close in. Heartful of Soul faded at the fence and down to two with 100 to go. Decoupage shortened strides, and from last to first, Dancer's Melody rolls past them all.
Dancer Melody going off at 3-1, give Karen McGee his 10th, Carol Cedeno give her 49th, and give 885 43.21 a winner. Decoupage $543. Vic's Cool Cat 361 was for 26.60 on your exacta, 57.05 on your try, 26.50 on your daily double. Your pick 342.25. 10-cent super 33.12. Fourth race, Optional Claimant 32,000 going 1 mile and 70 yards. Here's your fourth.
Away and running. Good speed, too, from the outside from Golden One, who has the uncontested lead. Practical Coach and all of that back class is right there, too. And Helms Deep's in the firing line. Highway Bound is 3 passes off the rail, and the pace is swift in the opening furlong. And those are the first 4 on settling down. Eloquist tracks the speed. Guillaume is second last, and Hanale's Houdini is at the back of the pack. So after everything is said and done in the opening 2 furlongs, it's Golden One who comes away with the lead, but had to work hard to get there and shows the way by almost 2. Practical Coach is a tracking second under a good snug hold, and Highway Bound keeps that rival company as they flash past the 5. Helms Deep backs off the pace tug of war to be in that fourth place position, only 3 lengths off the lead. Coming under a ride up the inside is Eloquist, who tries to get closer. Guillaume is second last, and a distant last is Hanale's Houdini. They flash behind the foliage and point towards the far turn run, and Golden One continues to call the shots, and Highway Bound now takes second away. Practical Coach stays at that rail, getting closer to the speed. Guillaume is coming under a ride and 3 deep on the course, and Eloquist in traffic as they approach the quarter pole, where Golden One is trying to stick the trip. Practical Coach is right there in a feisty mood today, and so is Guillaume as they turn for home. Golden One is leading, but that lead's only a length and a half. Here comes Eloquist, who has a sweet rail skimming ride, and Guillaume's ready to attack the pace too. 1 more furlong to go, and Eloquist puts that nose in front. Golden One tries to battle back, but Eloquist has the momentum at 9-5. And Eloquist from off the sizzling pace to win.
Eloquist wins the fourth race. Robert Reed and our boy Paco Lopez, $583, $210. Golden One, $10, $380. Guillaume, $210 in the 7 was for 26.20 on your exacta, $19.80 on your try, $14.30 on your double. Your pick 342.10. And your pick 4 is worth $121.65. And your 10-cent super, $11.78. Fifth race, maiden 25,000, gone 6 furlongs. Here are your 2-year-olds.
Away and running. Good speed on the outside from Estilo Classico. There goes Silver Phantom to try to take the leading role, and Whiskeyed Up is right there too. Pop Sox also wants a piece of the early action, and God's Glory is also right there in the chasing queue in that 5th place position. Caesar came away in 6, backpedaling at the rail. He's a boss. Passed by Half Brother, who starts this forward momentum. Hop and Scotch is in front of 2, which is now He's a Boss, and Hopperness at the back of the pack. They have 3.5 furlongs to go, and Silver Phantom rides that rail, and Estilo Classico is right there too, and these 2 guys are in step with 3 furlongs to go. Pop Sox has the run of the race if good enough. Closing in is Whiskeyed Up now to take that 3rd place position. Half Brother continues this good forward momentum, and here comes Half Brother, who now grabs that 3rd place position. Wide is Caesar. Hop and Scotch rides that rail as they turn to the top of the stretch. Still a stack of chances here. Half Brother is 5 deep. The rail belongs to Silver Phantom. Phantom battling on as Caesar on the far outside, and there's the final 200 yards to go. Silver Phantom holding on by a gray half length. Half Brother continues to get closer in a great big way. Half Brother is surging at Silver Phantom. Here's the result. Silver Phantom got it.
Silver Phantom going off at 21, give Mark Schumann his 4th, give Mychel Sanchez his 53rd, give 43, 40, 1880, 880 on the winner. Half Brother $5, 380. Caesar was 3rd, up $14, and the 9 was 4th. $113.70 on your exacta. Your trifectas were $227.90. Your daily double $48.50. Your pick 3 $116.25. 10-cent super $519.27. The 6th race is a never win allowance race going 1 mile and 16th. Short field.
Away and running. Great speed from Artistic Reason today. So far is tapped for some early speed, and Irish Boulem's a little wide in the early mix and already getting shoved upon vigorously is our Lucky Man. Up and around the first turn they race, and it's Artistic Reason who protects the rail. So far is only a neck away in second, and 3 deep in the first turn run is Irish Boulem, and still last of all there's our Lucky Man. Midpoint of the first turn run at the 6.5, and Artistic Reason stays towards the rail and has a nose in front of so far, and tracking the speed only 1 length down is Irish Boulem, but is caught 3 wide in tracking the early speed. Those 3 have quite a separation over the 4th place runner, and that's our Lucky Man who lags at the back of the pack at 6-5. But it's a pace tug-of-war between the top 3, and Artistic Reason leads the charge down to the half-mile pole, and that lead's expanded to a half a length. So far is on holding that 2nd place position, also 6-5 when those betting windows close. And the longest shot on the board is Irish Boulem, who's 3 wide once again. And our Lucky Man's getting a little bit closer to the speed. Only 5 lengths would cover tip to tail. On the corner, Artistic Reason is leading, but here comes the long shot Irish Boulem, who's closing with sweet strides now. So far has dropped away silently, and pecking off that rival is our Lucky Man. Around the turn, and Irish Boulem trying to blow up the board here, kicks away from the opposition. Artistic Reason has no more to give. Our Lucky Man is trying to close in to complete the exacta, but here's a huge long shot in a short priced field. Irish Boulem pouring it on at 8-1 and never looked back at the top of the stretch.
Irish Boulem went off at 8-1, wins the 6th race to return a healthy 1980 560 refund. Our Lucky Man 280 refund, and their Artistic Reason was 3rd. Your 4 was 4th. 34 on your exact, you got a refund. Your daily double 370.30. Your pick 3 24.50. Your pick 3 $329 and a nickel, and a refund. We'll go to the 7th race, which is your feature race allowance. 2 other than 5.5 furlongs. Here's your feature, and here's Josh.
Away and running. Great speed for Aristocratic today, where Paradise Lay also came away full of power and pace, and Smithwick Spice is also right there, only 3/4 of a length off the leader, which is held by Aristocratic. And last of all is Chief Ron, who's off the fence now and 3 deep at the half-mile pole. So Aristocratic is under the gun from the other 3, and Smithwick Spice trying to take the shortest way as they pass the 3.5, where Paradise Lay comes under a little bit of a ride, but is also right there in a position to challenge, and Chief Ron has all the momentum on the far outside. They pass the 5/16 pole, and Aristocratic still calls the shots, but Smithwick Spice is starting to take giant strides up the rail, and Chief Ron is also right there fighting on too, is where Paradise Lay dropped to the tail. Off the turn they swing for home, and Chief Ron trying to press past Aristocratic. Final furlong, Chief Ron with a nose in front. Aristocratic battles right back, and these 2 throw it down with 50 yards to go. Chief Ron and Aristocratic and Chief Ron. Chief Ron
holds on at going off at 2-1. Chelsea Moose gets her 11th. Geraldo gets his 25th. 663.40. Aristocratic 380, and Smithwick Spice was 3rd, and the 6 was 4th. 1520 on your exact. You got a refund. 34.80 on your daily double. 1521.80 on your pick 3. And your pick 5 is worth $17,409.30, and you got a refund. The finale, Philly Mare claiming 62.50, 9 wins to 2, going a mile and 70. Here's your last.
Away and running. Good speed for the favorite. You can't handle this. Also showing good early toe is Miss Boombastic, and Expect the Circus is in the firing line too. Challenge Princess now takes that third place position away, and Saints Victory is also in the main division as they swing the side. Crystal Orb is in front of four rivals here. Deep on the course is Holding Court. Then you have Maybo, Miss Boombastic, and Violet Jessop would have to come with a big close. Around the first turn they go. You can't handle this. 6-5 on the betting board and shows the way by almost two. And tracked by Challenge Princess with those white blinkers in second, and starts to get closer to the solo act that belongs to You Can't Handle This. And Saints Victory is also adding fuel to the fire inside the five. Expect the Circus stays a ground saving fourth, passed by Crystal Orb, who's starting to pick them off one by one. And Holding Court is still on hold in that sixth place position. The last three include May, Bo, Violet Jessop, and the one who's tailed off is Miss Boombastic. Around the turn they go, and You Can't Handle This lets it out a notch to lead by three. Now a tracking second is Holding Court on the outside. Saints Victory comes under a ride. Crystal Orb gets scrubbed upon with no response yet, and Maybo starts to pick up momentum, and so does Violet Jessop. Around the turn with a quarter to go. You Can't Handle This has been this long-time leader, but Holding Court is also right there in a feisty mood today, and Maybo is closing in but deep on the course. They run off the turn and they're homeward bound, and You Can't Handle This, when asked, has kicked away from the opposition. Holding Court loomed and flattened out, and it's a three-way battle for third. Violet Jessop might complete the exact if good enough, but at the 70-yard marker, You Can't Handle This is well clear. You Can't Handle This has won it.
Can't Handle It took a gate to wire for Rudy Rodriguez, $523, $240. Violet Jessop, $4, $260. Holding Court, $260, and the 5 was fourth. $9.20 on your exact, $11.40 on your try, $14.60 on your double. Your pick 3, $106.95. Your pick 4, $2,823.75, and your 10-cent super, $19.95. The leaderboard didn't change a whole lot, but it kind of. Rodriguez picks up 1, Sanchez gets 3, Carol Cedeno gets 1, Geraldo gets 1. The leading jockeys here at Delaware Park, Ness gets 1, and Cal Lynch gets 1. That's the only changes that we had on Thursday as far as the jockeys and trainers go. $1,236,012 was our handle. We appreciate that. I'm your host, JJ Gracie. For the crew here at Delaware Park, good night and good racing.